Hello everyone, a very good morning to all. Welcome to biology class. So we are discussing about the chapter reproduction, reproduction in plants that we completed now. Next we are going to start the reproduction in animals, that is the reproduction in human beings. So from 8th standard, we already got an idea about the reproductive organs and the process of fertilization and the formation of zygote, everything. So here we are going to study a little advance about the process of reproduction in human beings. We know that the reproductive organs usually becomes matured during puberty. Puberty means the period between the childhood and adulthood, that is called adolescence or puberty. During this period, a number of changes, rapid growth and also a number of changes which make the boy and girl appear different and behave differently. These changes we are calling as the secondary sexual characters. These secondary sexual characters, that is by the influence of the sex organs. A number of secondary sexual characters are there. Secondary sexual characters, they are different in male and also female. So the reason behind the appearance of all the secondary sexual characters, that is the sex hormones. What are the sex hormones that we studied? It's also different for male and female. Sex hormones, that is usually produced by the sex organs. In case of male, it is produced by the testes. And what is the name of the testis hormone produced by the testis? It is called testosterone. In female, the hormone produced is the estrogen. That is by the ovary can produce the estrogen. So the puberty, in case of male, it is triggered by the secretion of this testosterone, and in female it is triggered by the secretion of this estrogen. So this hormone is responsible for the development of sex organs and also the appearance of secondary sexual characters. A number of body changes are the change that we studied in 8th standard. Here also you have to just recall the points. What are the important changes noticed by the human male and female during the onset of puberty? So today we can discuss about the reproductive system of human male and female. The human male reproductive system, that is a complex system which helps in the development and also the growth and maturation of female gamete. What is the name of the female gamete? That is a sperm. The female, the male, not the female gamete, male gamete. The male gamete, that is a sperm. The formation of sperm, the maturity of the sperm, that is usually attained during the age 13 to 14. The human male reproductive system consists of the following organs: testis, a pair of testis, then vas deferens, then and a penis. So testis, these are the two oval shaped bodies situated in a sac-like structure in the lower part of the abdomen, which is called the scrotum. The scrotum acts as a thermoregulator. That means the scrotum can provide the optimum temperature for the growth and maturation of sperms. That is why the scrotal bag, that is extra abdominal in position. This extra abdominal position can provide the suitable temperature for the growth and maturation of sperms. Each testis is composed of around 300 highly coiled, very small tube-like structures called seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules can produce the sperms and also the sex hormone called testosterone. The next is a vas deferens or sperm duct. It is a highly coiled duct which can carry the matured sperms from the testis towards the penis. Okay. While the sperms are passing through this vas deferens, it may mixes with the secretions of two accessory glands. These accessory glands are located near to this sperm duct. While the sperms are passing from the testes towards the penis, they will mix, they will come in contact with the secretions produced by who are the ones? accessory glands. Which are the accessory glands? They are the seminal vesicles and prostate glands. Seminal vesicles and prostate glands, these are called the accessory glands. While the sperms are moving from the testis towards the penis, the sperms may get mixed with the secretions of the seminal vesicles and prostate gland. So, what is the function of the secretions? The secretions of these glands make the sperms active, motile, and they can energize the sperms. They can nourish the sperms. So, to activate the sperms and to give fluid content for the sperms, the secretions of this accessory glands is very must. They can energize or they can motivate the sperms. The next part associated with this is the important part, that is the penis. It is an external genital organ and it is also known as a urinogenital tract. Okay, urinogenital tract because which can act as the passage for both urine and also sperms or semen. So it at the tip of this penis there is a small tube called urethra, which carries the sperms from vas deferens and also urine from the urinary bladder. So these are the major parts associated with the male reproductive system. Then the female reproductive system. It is somewhat more complex than male reproductive system because it is an organ. This need to receive the sperms and also fertilization is happening inside this female reproductive system, and the growth of the fertilized egg, that is also taking place inside the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of the following parts. They are the ovaries, a pair of ovaries, fallopian tube or oviduct, then uterus and vagina. These are the major parts of the female reproductive system. The ovaries. Each female consists of 2 ovaries, one on right side and the other on left side. They are located in the abdominal cavity just near to the or below to the kidneys. The main function of this ovary, that is the production of female gamete. What is the name of the female gamete? That is the egg or ovum, and also the production of female sex hormone, that is the estrogen. Each ovary composed of a number of ovarian follicles. Each follicle contains a large ovum which start to produce at the age of puberty. So during puberty, this ovarian follicles start to release matured ova. Then fallopian tube or oviduct. It is a long tube, usually around 10 to 15 centimeter long, a muscular tube which can carry the egg produced from the ovary towards the uterus. So for each 2 fallopian tube we can see from 2 ovaries, and these 2 fallopian tubes can open to a common uterus. Fallopian tube is the what are the functions of this fallopian tube? The main function is the production, this transport of this egg produced by the ovary, and another one, it is a site of fertilization. Fertilization is taking place inside the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube opens to the uterus. It is a thick pear-shaped muscular organ. It is connected to its either side of the fallopian tube. Then the uterus opens into the vagina through cervix. The cervix acts as a sphincter muscle, a regulating muscle, and prevents the entry of foreign particles into the uterus. Vagina is a long or large muscular tube around 7 to 10 centimeter long that runs from the uterus to the outside. It is also known as a birth canal because which can provide the passage during the childbirth. Okay. So the remaining process of fertilization and others we will discuss in the next class.